You've been seeing salmon DNA everywhere in skincare lately, and maybe you're curious but not exactly thrilled about dropping $2,000 at a med spa just to try it. Here's the thing, you actually don't have to. I'm Chloe Chen, and I've spent the last few months testing budget PDRN formulations against luxury alternatives to figure out exactly what works and what's just expensive marketing. You're listening to Luxury Beauty on a Budget podcast. Quick heads up before we dive in. Everything you're about to hear, all the research, the data, the script, that's 100% human verified and written by actual people. The voice delivering it is AI generated, but the substance behind it is all real. Just wanted you to know what you're working with. If you've been listening to the show for a while, thanks for sticking around. It's really cool to know people are getting value out of this. And if you're new here, welcome. I think you'll find some genuinely useful stuff. We drop new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you'll have plenty to work through. Today, we're breaking down the complete checklist for starting PDRN therapy at home, and I'm going to walk you through exactly what you need and what you can skip.
Polydeoxyribonucleotide, or PDRN, is one of those rare bioregenerative actives that actually lives up to the hype, and you can absolutely do it at home if you follow the right protocol. This is your complete checklist for starting effective salmon DNA skincare at home, from the actual PDRN products to the supporting ingredients that make everything work together. I'm breaking down exactly what you need to see real results, whether you're targeting fine lines, acne scarring, or general skin regeneration without the med spa price tag. Let's start with the core PDRN products you actually need. First up, you need a serum with at least 1% PDRN concentration. Anything below 0.5% is basically marketing theater. You need that 1 to 3% sweet spot for actual cell regeneration effects. Check the link below to see the current price for PDRN Essence Salmon DNA Serum, which typically contains around 2% PDRN extracted from salmon sperm cells. I know that sounds wild, but it's clinically proven to stimulate fibroblast activity. Look for products listing polydeoxyribonucleotide, or sodium DNA, high on the ingredient list, ideally within the first 5 ingredients. You'll also need a supporting hyaluronic acid layer. PDRN works by promoting tissue repair at the cellular level, but you need HA to create the hydrated environment where that repair happens efficiently. Multi-molecular weight formulas work best because they hydrate at multiple skin depths. You want formulas that combine 50 kilodalton, 500 kilodalton, and 1500 kilodalton weights. Apply this immediately after your PDRN serum because it helps drive penetration and creates the moisture matrix PDRN needs to do its thing. Next, grab a barrier repair moisturizer with ceramides. Once you've applied your salmon DNA actives, you need to seal everything in with a ceramide ratio that mimics natural skin lipids, ideally 3 to 1 to 1. That's ceramides to cholesterol to fatty acids. The short version is you want ceramide NP, ceramide AP, and ceramide EOP all listed on the label. SPF 50+ broad-spectrum sunscreen is absolutely non-negotiable. PDRN increases cellular turnover, which means your skin is more vulnerable to UV damage during treatment. Zinc oxide or titanium dioxide physical blockers are ideal because they don't interact with the active ingredients you're layering underneath. Reapply every 2 hours if you're outdoors. PDRN therapy without sun protection is literally throwing money away. You'll also need a gentle, pH-balanced cleanser in the 5.0 to 5.5 pH range. You need to prep your skin barrier without stripping it before applying PDRN. Low pH cleansers maintain the acid mantle that helps actives penetrate effectively. Avoid anything with sulfates, alcohols, or fragrance. Your goal is clean skin, not squeaky tight skin. If you want to level up your salmon DNA routine, consider a microneedling tool in the 0.25 to 0.5 millimeter range. This is optional, but derma rolling at that shallow depth creates microchannels that significantly boost PDRN penetration. The basic rule is sterilize thoroughly, roll gently, and apply your PDRN serum immediately after. Don't go deeper than 0.5 millimeters at home. That's med spa territory. You'll also want a storage solution for unopened PDRN products. PDRN degrades quickly once exposed to light and heat. Keep unopened products refrigerated between 36 and 46 degrees Fahrenheit and store opened bottles in a cool, dark place. Some formulations include stabilizers like adenosine or panthenol that extend shelf life, but treat PDRN like you would vitamin C. Use it within 3 to 4 months of opening for maximum potency. Now let's talk about supporting actives that amplify PDRN results. Niacinamide at 4 to 5% concentration is the perfect supporting cast for Salmon DNA skincare because niacinamide strengthens barrier function while PDRN works on cellular regeneration. Apply before your PDRN serum. Niacinamide preps the skin by improving ceramide synthesis, which creates a better environment for PDRN to penetrate. Don't go above 5% when layering with PDRN. Higher concentrations can cause temporary irritation that interferes with the repair process. Peptides are clutch here, specifically copper peptides and matrixyl. Copper tripeptide 1 works synergistically with PDRN to boost collagen production. Research shows combining peptides with PDRN increases fibroblast activity by about 40% compared to PDRN alone. Look for formulations with 0.05 to 0.1% copper peptides or 3 to 5% matrixyl 3000. Apply after your PDRN layer but before your heavy moisturizer. Centella asiatica is another winner, specifically Tekka standardized to 10 to 15%. Korean brands figured this out years ago. Centella's anti-inflammatory properties reduce the mild irritation some people experience with PDRN while also supporting wound healing. Tekka, that's titrated extract of Centella asiatica, is the standardized form you want. It contains specific ratios of asiaticoside, medacoside, asiatic acid, and madecassic acid. Mix this into your routine on alternating nights if you experience any redness. Adenosine at 0.04 to 0.05% is excellent for targeting deeper wrinkles alongside your Salmon DNA protocol. Adenosine is actually used as a PDRN stabilizer in some formulations, but it also has independent anti-aging effects. The best bioregenerative serums typically stack adenosine with PDRN for exactly this reason. The combination hits both surface and structural aging markers.
Here's a hot take. Avoid retinoids during initial PDRN therapy. Combining retinol with PDRN in the first 4 to 6 weeks creates too much turnover too fast for most people. Your skin literally can't keep up with the repair signals. Once your skin adapts to PDRN, usually around week 6 to 8, you can introduce low-percentage retinol at 0.25 to 0.3% on alternating nights. Moving on to application protocol essentials. Time of day matters. Night application is superior. PDRN works during your skin's natural repair cycle, which happens between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m., so applying it 30 to 45 minutes before bed maximizes cellular uptake. I've tested morning versus night application for 8 weeks straight, and the difference is legit. Night application showed visibly better results in texture and firmness. For skin prep, you want slightly damp, never soaking wet. Apply your Salmon DNA serum to skin that's 70 to 80% dry after cleansing. You want residual moisture to help spread the product, but not so much that you dilute the PDRN concentration. Pat gently with a clean towel after cleansing. Wait 30 seconds, then apply. Wet skin equals diluted actives equals wasted money. For dosage, 2 to 3 drops for your entire face is enough. PDRN is expensive even in budget formulations, but you genuinely don't need much. 2 drops covers most faces, 3 if you're treating neck and décolletage. Press and pat, don't rub. You want to encourage absorption, not drag the product around on your skin's surface. Wait time between layers is critical. Give it 3 to 5 minutes. This is where most people screw up their bioregenerative skincare routine. PDRN needs time to penetrate before you layer other actives. I set a literal timer, 3 minutes minimum before applying peptides, 5 minutes before heavy moisturizers. Rushing the layering process cuts absorption by an estimated 30 to 40%. For frequency, aim for 5 to 6 nights per week with 1 rest day. Your skin needs that rest day to process everything. I usually skip Sundays. It gives my skin a break and extends my product supply. Some people do every other night for the first 2 weeks to assess tolerance, which is smart if you have sensitive skin or a compromised barrier. Treatment duration needs to be a minimum of 8 to 10 weeks for visible results. Don't expect miracle changes in week 2. PDRN works by promoting gradual cellular regeneration. You'll notice texture improvements around week 4 to 5, firmness around week 6 to 7, and fine line reduction by week 8 to 10. Anyone promising faster results is lying. Let's cover monitoring and tracking tools. Take before photos in consistent lighting. I'm serious. Same lighting, same angle, same distance, no makeup. Natural window light, not direct sunlight, at the same time of day. Front view, both 45-degree angles, and close-ups of specific concern areas. Without photos, you literally cannot track subtle improvements because you see your face every day, and your brain auto-corrects for gradual change. Track skin texture every 2 weeks. Run your fingers across your cheek and jawline. Memorize what that texture feels like. PDRN smooths surface texture before it tackles deeper structural issues, so this is your earliest progress indicator. I check texture every Sunday morning before cleansing. By week 4 to 5 of Salmon DNA skincare, most people notice a softer, more refined surface. A hydration meter is optional but useful. These little devices measure skin moisture percentage. Look for one with both surface and deep hydration readings. PDRN should improve both over 6 to 8 weeks. I test the same spot, upper cheek, midway between nose and ear, weekly at the same time. Anything under $30 works fine. You're tracking trends, not lab-grade precision. Keep a product usage journal. Note what you're using, when, and any reactions. This sounds extra, but it's genuinely helpful if you're stacking multiple actives. Here's what to watch for. Tingling or warmth for 2 to 3 minutes is normal. Redness lasting more than 20 minutes is potential irritation. Peeling means you're overdoing it. Adjust frequency based on what your skin tells you. For progress timeline expectations, here's what's realistic. Week 1 to 2, possible mild purging or adjustment, totally normal. Week 3 to 4, improved texture and hydration. Week 5 to 6, visible smoothing of fine lines. Week 7 to 8, firming and elasticity improvements. Week 10 to 12, reduction in acne scarring or hyperpigmentation. If you're not seeing any improvement by week 6, your PDRN concentration might be too low or you need to check your application protocol. Now for budget optimization strategies. Calculate cost per application, not per bottle. A $45 serum with 2% PDRN that lasts 10 weeks is cheaper than a $30 serum with 0.5% PDRN that lasts 6 weeks. Do the math. Divide total cost by estimated applications, usually 60 to 70 applications per 30 milliliter bottle if you're using 2 to 3 drops. Real cost per use is what matters for Salmon DNA skincare, not sticker price. Buy PDRN exclusive formulations, not kitchen sink products. Products that list 15 plus actives are splitting their formulation budget across all those ingredients, meaning PDRN concentration is probably lower than you need. Single focus formulations equal higher active percentages, which equal better results.
Supporting products strategically. You don't need $80 peptide serums when the Ordinary's buffet, around $17, delivers 3% peptide complex. You don't need $200 ceramide creams when CeraVe PM, around $15, has the right ceramide ratio.
Splurge on your PDRN product because that's where formulation quality matters most. Everything else can be budget optimized without sacrificing results. Extend product life through proper storage. Refrigeration extends PDRN stability by 4 to 6 weeks. Use a small cosmetic fridge, around $30 to $40, or keep it in your regular fridge. Just store it in an opaque bag away from food. Dark amber bottles protect better than clear glass. If your PDRN comes in clear glass, wrap it in aluminum foil. These habits can extend a 10-week supply to 13 or 14 weeks, which saves money over time. Consider K-Beauty and J-Beauty sources. Korean and Japanese brands have been formulating with PDRN for years longer than Western brands, so they've figured out stability and price optimization. Many K-Beauty PDRN serums deliver 1.5 to 2% concentrations at 40 to 50% the price of US luxury alternatives because PDRN therapy is mainstream in Korea, not a luxury novelty. Here's your final check before you go. You need a core PDRN serum with minimum 1% concentration, multi-weight hyaluronic acid serum or toner, ceramide-rich barrier repair moisturizer, SPF 50+ broad-spectrum sunscreen for daily use, gentle pH-balanced cleanser in the 5.0 to 5.5 range, supporting actives like niacinamide, peptides, or centella, your application protocol mapped out. That's timing, dosage, wait times, before photos in consistent lighting, a progress tracking system, journal or app, realistic timeline expectations, 8 to 10 weeks minimum, proper storage setup, cool, dark, or refrigerated, and your budget calculated per application, not per bottle. Let me hit a few frequently asked questions. How long does it take to see results from Salmon DNA skincare? Most people notice improved skin texture and hydration around week 4 to 5, with visible fine line reduction and firmness improvements appearing between weeks 8 to 10 of consistent use. PDRN works by promoting cellular regeneration, which takes time to become visible. Can I use Salmon DNA serum with retinol? Wait 6 to 8 weeks after starting your PDRN routine before introducing retinol, then use them on alternating nights at first. Combining both too early creates excessive cellular turnover that most skin can't handle, leading to irritation and compromised barrier function. Do I need to refrigerate my PDRN products? Unopened PDRN products benefit from refrigeration between 36 and 46 degrees Fahrenheit to maintain potency, while opened products should be stored in a cool, dark place and used within 3 to 4 months. PDRN degrades quickly when exposed to light and heat, so proper storage significantly extends effectiveness. Starting Salmon DNA skincare at home isn't complicated. It just requires the right products, proper application protocol, and realistic expectations. You don't need med spa prices to access effective PDRN therapy. You need accurate information about concentrations, supporting actives, and how to layer everything correctly. This checklist covers everything I wish someone had told me before I spent 6 months testing formulations and figuring out what actually works. Focus your budget on a quality PDRN serum, where concentration matters most. Optimize everything else with smart budget alternatives, and commit to the 8 to 10 week timeline before you judge results. Your skin regenerates whether you're spending $50 or $500. The difference is knowing what ingredients and percentages actually drive that regeneration. Now you know exactly what you need, so go build your routine and skip the med spa markup. That wraps up this episode of Luxury Beauty on a Budget podcast. Thanks for spending your time with me today. New episodes come out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you've always got something fresh in the rotation. If you found this helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a 5-star rating and write a quick review. It genuinely makes a difference because it helps other people who are searching for budget beauty info actually find the show. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe or follow so you get notified the second a new episode drops. I'll catch you in the next one.